To really feel myself and be like, fuck that and fuck y'all. It took a minute. I'm there, but it took a while. You know, and so there's so many rumors and lies and things that's been out there in the streets and shit. But it's like, it's being told and regurgitated by a bunch of people who either tried to switch places, wanted to switch places with me, don't want me to exist, or they tried to get one in on me or one over on me and they were unsuccessful. And so, fuck that, we gotta make her pay somehow. Truth be told, this whole, like I said it before, this whole situation with Fifth, this was something that, like, people just kind of used to, you know, come up and make money. Like, because he was busy doing his thing, living his life. I was busy doing my thing, living my life. Yeah, like, I tried to entertain that, but he was so cold to me after a specific point that I was just like, okay, well, let me fall back. But and I was in this weird boat of, I really like him. I really respect him. I don't want him feeling like I was only hitting him up because I thought I was in good with the show, or I don't even want him to have that energy that had anything to do with the show. I want him to have the energy of all the supportive things I was saying, all the, yo, I love power, and all that shit I was doing was because it was genuine. And so I felt, this is just how I felt. I felt like I had this responsibility to continue with that, regardless of what other people was going on, because I know that I don't give a fuck about them no way. And then I kind of saw him reacting to it, you know, and so I was like, all right, well, if he understands it, then I'm cool. I don't really need a show or none of this other, like, I don't need big shows of emotion or none of that shit. As long as we have a mutual understanding, a mental understanding, I get it, you see it, I get it, I'm good. Now, in retrospect, I regret that because that was kind of dangerous to begin with, because I set a low bar of, you know, how he could relate to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, in retrospect, I regret being that way because really I didn't gain nothing. I definitely didn't lose nothing. It, you know, like I said, it wasn't for me in the first place. So it was like, you know, whatever. And I even told him, hey, thank you for the opportunity. And I was done with that. I wanted to know if there was, hey, were you nice to me because you thought, you know, I was doing this for the show? Or, you know, was there really something there? Am I tripping or was there really something there? You know, and that's what I cared about. And then things really, you know, just kind of went the way they went after that. No, he wasn't corresponding back to me. No, we weren't DMing each other back and forth. No, I didn't know he changed his number because I have an iPhone, and the messages went from blue to green. So that's when I was just like, oh, okay. And then I was just like, all right, well, we'll see. And it really made me follow him on Instagram and pay attention because I needed to know what happened, what changed. Because nobody ever said anything to me. And it was too many people all up in my shit trying to figure out what I was on, you know, getting in my business. Just how, like, a lot of times on social media, especially when people do this bullshit of trying to get me kicked out of my location, and, you know, the police will be like, where you headed? No, the fuck? I'm telling you where I'm going. Why you want to know where I'm going so bad? People were doing that before all this shit happened. But, you know, what happened is it would send people that had a reason to be asking me that, people that I would know. I just cut somebody off from the church I went to because she pulled some phony shit in my Facebook Live. She's 48 years old, I'm 37. I expect her to know better. She got 3 kids. What are we doing? We're on Facebook, yo. And you acting just like them. She tried to call and apologize and smooth it up, but I blocked her. I'm like, I'm good. And I will totally go to church and still say God bless you, and we can keep it however funky you need to keep it. Shit, I think the fact that I go to church in Compton, somebody somewhere knows game somehow, I'm sure. So I'm sure some of this has gotten back to him and been fodder for him because, you know, him and Fifth don't really like each other no fucking way. I'm sure there's some angle in there somehow as well. And fuck him too. I've never been a fan of game at all. But yeah, it's just been a bunch of people like having their, you know, their stakes in this. And, you know, like I said, the first day when she wanted, you know, a check, then there's, you know, other people trying to clamor for their reputation. There's a rumor in the street that Sire ain't really Fifth's kid. It's really D-Ray's kid because Daphne was with D-Ray before she left him to go be with Fifth and get paid to have him. You know, like, that's the rumor. You know, so there's that, and that's kind of painful because he really loves that child, and that's his baby, and, you know, he really cares, and, you know, like, you know, so that's all kind of like, and that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. But all of this spawned because people thought I was pregnant with his kid because of the interactions that we had, you know, previous to November 2016 when the shit got cut off and we didn't really relate, talk or none of that shit no more. And, you know, like I said, I never had a positive pregnancy test. I don't, you know, the things that I was experiencing in my body, they were unique to me. I've had my period since I was 13. I know what my body does and what it don't do. If it's doing a lot of stuff it don't do. I knew I had unprotected sex, you know. So, and I've never been pregnant before. So I'm feeling things and I'm feeling really specific things. And I had to talk to people who were pregnant, who had that experience to know, is that what you felt? Is this what it feels like? You know, I'm trying to get head to tail because I need to know what the fuck is happening to me. And that also happened to be one of the last conversations I had with my mother while she was still living. She was the first person I ever asked that question to because I was feeling things and things were happening and I didn't understand. And like I said, we were on good terms. We had smoothed out all our little shit because I knew how sick she was. And we were having a good conversation. And I was like, Ma, you know, how did you find out you was pregnant? Like, before you got a test or yes or whatever, like Tony was your first baby. What were some of the things you felt like when you were having Tony that, kind of gave you that, okay, I might be having a baby, or I might be pregnant or whatever. And she got so choked up that she couldn't answer me. It wasn't even she just got choked up. And she was like, Rodney, I gotta go. And I was like, okay, Ma. She's like, I gotta get some rest. And I was like, oh, okay, Ma, whatever. But what, and I knew, like, it was kind of, she didn't want to talk about it or whatever. But in retrospect, it was one of those things where she kind of was like, she knew she was leaving. And she knew she wouldn't, my mom loves kids, okay? She loves babies. That's why, like, when she was done with the industry and decided she didn't want to be a singer and all that shit, she became a teacher. And, she started a daycare and all this other shit. And, when she first got her diagnosis, and, she was stage 4, and doctor gave her 8 weeks to live. But praise God, she lived 8 years past the diagnosis. All she wanted to do when she came home from the hospital, after initially being, hospitalized and diagnosed and stuff, is just spend time with the grandkids. That's all she wanted. She wanted to be with the babies. Because she missed their birth, because she was in the hospital. And she ended up being their primary caregiver and all that. Saved my sister's time and energy and child care costs and all that stuff, because she kept the babies. And, she wasn't going to experience my baby. The baby that came from me. And then it ended up being a baby. I never got a positive pregnancy test. I did experience things, and I made no secret about it. That's the other thing. Like, Virgos, we have a way of being kind of private or whatever. It's like, we only want certain people to know certain things. For me, it didn't make no sense for me to make no announcements, no shit. I know nothing for sure. But I was feeling what I was feeling. Things were what they were. You know what I mean? I didn't feel no need to hide it. It wasn't like I was ashamed of no shit. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't, it's whatever. But people on the outside took that experience and that opportunity to be like, oh, okay, so this happened, this bitch trying to come up. I see what she doing. We finna stop that before it started. It was like all this extra energy, all these people, all these opinions, all this effort. And it was wrong. Not to mention, also, like I said, I was a wild out, and that was a real sexually charged environment. Like a lot of everybody trying to spit their yo baby yo game and shit, and a lot of it was corny. A lot of it was, unappealing. It was immature. It was hella immature. My longest interaction or whatever, relationship was a man that was 12 years my senior. I'm not interested in this young ass shit y'all talking about. I don't care at all. So, I wasn't being receptive and responsive to it, so I couldn't be in with the cool kids. I also shared, I didn't really talk to, we didn't talk on set like that. I was friendly. He would DJ in between the episodes. I felt like he was a dope DJ. He was real talented with that, and that was a good time. I felt like that brought good energy to, our recordings and our taping. We prayed every time before we taped. I felt like that was cool, that he would lead the prayer and stuff like that, but I didn't really know him. It wasn't much to really say. Also, the specific season that I taped, he was divorcing Mariah. That was that year. That was after that shit happened with him and Amber Rose, and that whole scandal of everything that was about with Wiz Khalifa. All of that was happening at the time where I was taping. So he wasn't even around like that. He sat in on a few of our rehearsals, and he was present through the run-throughs before we taped. But other than that, we would see him in between the, when we was having meals and craft services and shit, and then everything like that. That was it. Other than that, we didn't really fool with him. So when I started getting trolled on Instagram from all these random ass accounts threatening me and, well, you would have still been alive, I had slept with Nick. And I was like, where's this coming from? And then Nick was following me on Instagram. I would see Nick all up in my stories and all of this stuff like that. He don't never say hi. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know that meme where it's like, who are you motherfuckers? And y'all just come through, don't say nothing, don't like nothing, don't post shit. Y'all the police. That's who the fuck y'all are. They're like a meme like that. That's how I felt. Like he would be all up in like my stories and all of this stuff. And we'll hypothetically say because he was still scouting talent, trying to be on the fence of whether he wanted to put me back on the show again. We'll go with that argument because it's highly likely that that's what it was. I was a cast member before. Why would I be fit to be a cast member again? So maybe he was watching to see what I was up to see if who knows? Who knows? But he was definitely all up in my stories. And it was just like, okay, so are you a contact? Like, what are we? Because I still don't know you. I don't know him. I don't know him at all. At all. I ain't never have his number. I don't know him at all. Guys, we're at 52 minutes on this podcast, and I'm not doing any news or anything like that. I'm not going to do any love and money tarot readings or anything like that. So I guess I'll just end this with this. Also because I've shared so much of me throughout the course of this podcast and been really transparent about so much stuff. You know what I'm saying? That it's just like, I mean, it's true. I'm just over it. I'm over it. I'm going to read y'all right now this text message. Here. Fuck them. We recording? This text message is from, from 424-888-4, no, this text message from 424-888-5145. Listen, you dumb, retard, scamming pig. Come to El Segundo or any precinct in Los Angeles County. You diabetic, scamming, lying, criminal hog. So is this a police officer? Eat like a man and then think you're going to loiter. Not happening. I'm in Starbucks, guys. I'm in the Starbucks across the street from my gym where all this bullshit happens. All I've had is coffee. So who is watching me this close? Why am I getting these text messages? You know what I'm saying? Why is this behavior normal? Why do I deserve this? I ain't never experienced nothing this ignorant and nothing this disrespectful. before November 2016, because that's where the initial trolling started. And then I busted out Dwight Elmore, my former manager, because I caught him having 2 Instagram accounts. One of them, I was plastered all over with my bikini, and then my former roommate, Kanisha Bus, he had us in pictures next to each other. So I was like, clearly you knew Kanisha and you knew me, because why would you be posting a picture of her? He was posting solo selfies of her on his page. So you know her. Why else would you be following her? And, you know, or why would you have her pictures if you didn't know who she was? And then you knew her and me, because why would you be posting our pictures together? You knew we knew each other, you knew we were roommates. So who else would this account belong to? And the account just so happened to be following you. Look, you're not a celebrity. You're not hot. You're not a public figure. Why would this random ass internet account that's posting women's bodies and all of this be following you and your main account if it ain't you? Shut the fuck up, you a creep. I ain't got time. That whole interaction with him is where all of this shit first started. And then because I exposed him, that's why I first started getting threats from Sarah and what's that chick, Tracy Goldstein. And they was, you know, threatening me with lawsuits and libel. And I'm like, but if he didn't do it, then, you know, we should have no problem, right? I was like, I don't, you know, you can threaten me with whatever you want. I'll show up to court, I'll do whatever. But I said what I said, and I stand by that. I fired him via email. I can pull up the receipts. He was an employee. He worked for me. He was supposed to be a manager. He didn't book anything. He didn't do anything. But he always kept trying to get me to meet up with him, you know, and always wanted to discuss my ass. I don't want to hear that shit all the time. I know what I got. I'm sitting on it. I don't need you to remind me. And you think I ain't peeped that you followed any and every social media account I've ever obtained, including when I had a Vine account, and I started a Vine account. I never used that motherfucker. I just never got into Vine. And I still have like 200 followers with no posts. I never posted. He was one of the 200. So I know you watch me. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't fooling nobody. And he tried to go, oh, I got everybody. Shame on you. He would not do that. He had daughters. Nigga, R. Kelly got daughters. I don't want to hear that shit. When it comes to this predator shit, them motherfuckers got a whole different mind. Come at me different. So yeah, whoever number is, I'm gonna start doing this on the podcast. Fuck them. And if you weren't stalking me, if you weren't texting me on purpose, how would you even know? If you weren't listening to the podcast, how would you even know? Also, 323-312-5952. They texting my 773 number. That's the person talking about when you eat like a man. Man, fuck these trolls. Fuck these. I'm gonna get some justice one way or another. Somebody gonna pay. Until they learn that I'm not that bitch. Y'all might have been able to get things in on me before because I had a gang of things going on and I was distracted. But once again, this is episode 63. The buck stops here. Hey guys, listen. I'm on break until Christmas Eve. I'll come back Christmas Eve. I might come back on the 23rd if I feel like it, but I'm taking a hiatus. I gotta focus on this housing thing. I have an appointment tomorrow. I'm really trying to get these loose ends sold up today, and it's so early in the day where I got the whole day to go hard and go home, go hard to go home, or go hard and end up in the home. So I appreciate y'all support and understanding with that. Subscribe to the podcast. Anchor.fm /Arona's Virgo Viewpoint, AARONAS Virgo Viewpoint. Twitter. No, I don't have no Twitter. I don't have no IG. Fuck them and their mama. Arona the Virgo on all things social media, including Facebook. Thank y'all so much for y'all time. I love y'all. Peace.
And I'm getting mighty tired of your trifling ways and of listening to that jackass Bray.